And there I was, standing outside the door with my heart pounding so wild. I was going to ring the bell, but I just have to take a few more seconds. You know, I have been moving from the north of Sweden to the south of Sweden. I really had to start to work, but I really didn't want to start to work because I had two very young kids at home. I was newly divorced and my youngest wasn't 1 year. So when I saw this ad in the newspaper and promising an exciting work where I didn't have to leave my home so much every week, and it didn't require any education, it didn't require any experience before, then I thought that this must be perfect for me. So now I was there searching for this job, so nervous, but I rang the bell. And the girl opened the door, but she soon backed away, and there he was, the one who I was going to work for. He was a very, very short man. I would say not more than 140 or something. It was hard to say because he was sitting down in a really huge electric wheelchair, a really huge one. He was, I don't know how to say, he looked young and old in the same time because he had really neat clothes. He had a cap on his head. He had long hair, but his face was not young. I would say maybe 35, 40 years. He beat me in and we started to talk. And we talked for over an hour. We talked and we talked and we talked, and I was overwhelmed. He was fantastic. He was amazing. Think to have such a big handicap that this man had. He not only sat in a wheelchair, he also used a respirator to make him breathe. But he had such a rich life. He did everything a normal person could do. So after 1 hour, I had decided that I wanted that work. I wanted it so much. So I went home and I waited for the call that he would give me the work. It took a while, but I got it. I really got the job. So I returned to the man, and after a while, I learned that he was amazing in so many ways. He was marvelous with words. He won so many competitions in making poems and stuff and ads for newspapers. And he was nice in some ways, but not in all ways. His parents have never learned him how to take a no for an answer. They have spoiled him a lot because of his severe handicap, of course. But he was like any other person, I would say. It took me about 3 months to find out that it didn't matter that he had a handicap, a severe disability. He was as any other person. But the thing is, I learned so much about myself. I learned that he had to be the main person in his life. I never felt sorry for him. I never felt that I was, the main person, but it took some work on it. I had to learn how to take a step back and let him be the main person. Let him, as the girl did the first time I met him, let him be the one that people meet, because so many people didn't see him. They only saw his disabilities. That meeting was my first meeting with personal assistance. And after that day, it's too big to say I dedicated my life, but I really did. Because after that, I have been able to help not only him, but also my mother, who also had severe disabilities. And I have been starting a cooperative for persons who hire their own personal assistants. I have built a interest group for persons with disabilities in Sweden. And for 10 years now, I have had a company of my own where I educate people with disabilities or that are employers for personal assistants. I could never have imagined that doorbell would decide my destiny, but it surely did. Thank you.